Okay, this is Nick with Bill Brothers Roofing. Started my digital inspection at 1310 Gibson Highlands out here in the Crest neighborhood of El Cajon. Here we have a beautiful two-piece boosted clay tile Spanish roof. Beautiful product. You can see the mortar in between all the pieces of clay. That's that boosted look. Gives it a really cool Spanish style look to the home. Now I'm going to point a few things out on this roof. I'm not going to walk on it because this tile is always going to be very fragile, but I just want to point a few things out. So typically when we start our inspections, we always start underneath the eaves of the house. So your eaves consist of, you got your rafter tails, in this case you have your starter board, and then over here you'll have your fascia board. And the reason why we like to start underneath the eave is that it gives us a good idea about what kind of wood damage we can expect on the property. Now, this wood seems to be pretty good shape, right? I don't see a whole lot of wood damage on this property. There is some termite damage right here that I noticed. That'll get picked up in the inspection as well. But the way that this roof was built, I just spoke to the owner. It is the original roof. Underneath this boosted clay tile is 2 layers of UDL 40, he says, with a hot mop system on top of it. So a very robust underlayment system that we have on this roof, which will definitely make it last a lot longer than a typical tile roof will. So again, I'm going to point a few other things out for you. Here we have the boosted portion of it. You can see all of the mortar in between the clay. There is no drip edge present on this roof, but that's standard for a roof this age. We do have bird stop in between the tiles, so this is stopping any kind of birds, critters from getting underneath. Now, sometimes they still will. As you can see, there's a nest right here. But I pulled off this tile because I wanted to show what that underlayment looks like. So that is that hot mop on top of the UDL 40 that was installed. Now, the nice thing with these clay tile roofs is they will last a very, very long time, but they will only last as long as the tile stays intact and as long as there aren't a bunch of broken tiles on the roof. Now, fortunately, in this situation, the roof is still in pretty good shape when it comes to the tiles. It's just a 40-year-old roof, and typical roofs like this are going to last around 40 years or so. As far as the overall condition goes, you can see the mortar is still in pretty good shape throughout. We have all original mortar flashings for all the penetrations, so I took some pictures for that portion as well. But the biggest concern on any roof, tile roof, is the underlayment. You want to make sure that that underlayment is going to last. And you can see just how thick that stuff is. There don't seem to be any signs of current leaks at the moment. Now, we don't get a whole lot of rain, so it's tough to tell. But from what I can tell, you know, this roof does have life left in it. It is old, absolutely. And typical roofs like this are gonna last 30 to 35 years or so. But with the underlayment that is underneath this property or underneath this roof itself, we should definitely get some more years out of it. Now, there's always an opportunity to swap out this material for something new, like a shingled roof or standard tile roof. Completely up to the homeowner. We got a bunch of skylights on this roof as well. And again, I can't hop on this roof because of how fragile the tile is. But based off of my visual inspection underneath the eaves of the house, around the perimeter of it, and just the overall, you know, condition of the underlayment, again, I do think that this roof still has a few years left in it. It's definitely on the tail end of its life expectancy just based off the age of the home itself. So keep that in mind. It's always very important for any homeowner to be proactive when it comes to replacing or doing any kind of maintenance on a roof. So with that being said, when the new homeowner moves in, it'll be very important for them to keep an eye on the roof after that first storm that rolls through. If they can poke their head in the attic, that would always be very ideal. But as far as the overall assessment of the roof goes, you know, yes, this is an old roof. It still has a few years of life left in it. This is a very thick and robust underlayment system that they have underneath this roof, which should definitely buy it some more time. That is it for my digital inspection.